When rescue divers finally reached them, the mother's arms were still locked in a death grip around her child. Even after she stopped breathing, she refused to let go. This happened on a Thursday evening at the massive Bargi Dam in Jabalpur. A tourist cruise, meant to be a routine outing, was caught in a sudden weather shift. A storm hit with winds at 74 kilometers per hour, turning the lake surface into a wall of chaotic waves. The boat capsized 300 meters from the shoreline. Authorities quickly moved to label the event an act of God. Official reports characterized the capsize as a tragic, unavoidable accident caused by an unforeseen weather event. But the mother was wearing a life jacket and was only minutes from land. The fact that she and her child still drowned points to a failure that goes deeper than the weather. Calling this an accident masks a predictable sequence of events. Greed and negligence destroyed the safety margins of this vessel long before the first wave hit the deck. This yellow life jacket is the specific piece of equipment that failed. Because the crews lacked enough safety gear for everyone on board, the mother and child were forced to share this single vest. A standard life jacket provides upward lift that balances the downward mass of a single person. But when a second person's weight is added, the total mass exceeds the jacket's lift limit, pulling both underwater. The mother would have been forced to tread water for 2, while fighting a piece of equipment that was no longer helping her stay afloat. Her struggle to keep them both above the surface turned the vest into a sinking weight. Sharing safety gear guarantees failure. It mathematically eliminates buoyancy, ensuring neither person can survive. The shortage of life jackets was not a random oversight. It was a direct result of how the boat was being operated on the shore. The official manifest claimed 29 passengers, but rescue teams confirmed over 45 people were actually on board. Overloading this hull changes its center of gravity, making it vulnerable to lateral wind pressure, allowing a gust to capsize the vessel. The motive for falsifying the numbers was profit. Operators bypassed capacity limits to sell more tickets, avoiding the cost of buying additional safety gear. The boat's structural limits were compromised at the dock. Prioritizing ticket sales over buoyancy meant the vessel was in danger before meeting the wind. The failure continued in the minutes after the boat went over. No active rescue plan was triggered to help those in the water. These storm clouds were visible before the boat departed. Authorities granted permission to sail despite clear weather warnings that indicated a risk to passenger safety. The crew members were untrained laborers, lacking the skills required to execute a water rescue or manage a mass immersion crisis. No standby rescue boat was available at the dam. This left the victims alone in the water, just 300 meters from a populated shore, with no immediate help arriving. The safety promised on a tourist cruise is a paper shield. It provides an illusion of protection that vanishes the moment a real crisis occurs. In the aftermath, the bureaucratic process begins. Committees are formed and files are stamped, while the lives lost are translated into official statistics for the record. The Jabalpur tragedy was the predictable result of corruption. Overloading hulls and neglecting safety equipment leads directly to these fatalities. This incident shows how easily paper regulations are bypassed. When safety checks are cleared through apathy or bribes, the resulting risk becomes a reality for anyone on the water. The mother held on until her body failed, proving her commitment to her child. That sacrifice stands as a sharp contrast to a system that failed to meet its basic legal obligation to protect them. Never assume a system's implied safety is real. Verify the capacity and the equipment for yourself. When safety is treated as a suggestion rather than a law, your own vigilance is the only protection you have.